What is going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande. Welcome into the Fantasy Alarm MLB DFS Playbook Preview Show. We are looking at the Thursday 4-game main slate starting at 1:10 p.m. Eastern Time on DraftKings. It is NFL Draft Day, so we got a little bit of a smaller slate, an awkward split slate here. DraftKings giving us this 4-game slate starting at 1, and then a 3-game 9:40 slate or something like that.
No, way worse. 9:29.
9:29, yeah. So, kind of wedging themselves between the NFL draft first round, basically, is what they're doing there. So, we're looking at this 4-gamer. It could maybe be a 2-gamer. Colorado, Kansas City got postponed on Wednesday. I mean, we imagine they'll do a doubleheader, but we'll see what the weather looks like. They got the rain symbol there. We'll see if they're able to get this game in or not. I would imagine they would try to, because Colorado's not going to be going to Kansas City again this season. So they'll do what they can probably to fit in this game. And then Chicago, Minnesota. We'll see what happens with that game as well. If the rain impacts them at all. They are divisional opponents, so that game is far more in danger of being postponed and rescheduled at a later day, because they can make that game up pretty much at any other point during the year when Chicago's in Minnesota. So this 4-gamer could be a 2-gamer. Seattle, Boston's the other matchup there, and then Milwaukee, San Francisco at 3:45 p.m. Eastern Time. When it comes to small slates, that means small player pools. Ownership also means going to be very consolidated. And I'll tell you this: if that Kansas City, Colorado game plays, Cole Reagans on a 4-game slate will be 90% rostered, probably, maybe 100%, 98%. Should be in every lineup. Garrett Crochet versus Seattle, probably also going to be highly rostered. Small slates, though, don't often present a lot of value. So figuring out how to fit both of them in your lineup could be challenging, which could then turn your attention maybe to the other matchups. Brian Wu, Tobias Harris making his debut, running it back with Chris Paddock, or maybe a $6,400 Chase Dollander in a great matchup against a bad Royals offense could intrigue you there. So lineups will be certainly interesting depending on how that weather looks.
Hey, John, happy Thursday.
Thanks.
Oh, nothing back. All right.
F me. Happy Thursday.
Yeah, me. Yeah, whatever. No, happy Thursday. Just I hope I have a crap Thursday. All good.
I hope your Thursday is full of all of the things you would wish them to be.
Coffee first. So lots
iced coffee.
Absolutely not iced. Well, we're not going to do this again. We won't do the poll. But actually, you know what? It's been a theme, right? We'll just put up polls and
polls that we know the answers to.
We know the answers to. Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting slate. I will say, for a small pitching slate, I like it. As long as the weather holds up, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna operate as if this weather is gonna hold up just because we don't have any other option. Like there could be no rain. Also, I guess there is the potential. We've seen this before, where DraftKings might remove Colorado KC if they have the doubleheader, right? Because don't they usually remove games when that happens?
Usually they'll remove it if it's like the second game of a doubleheader, I feel like.
Okay. Well, either way, Crochet looks great. Obviously, you mentioned Reagan's looks great. I think it is, going to be something to navigate. Obviously, you haven't looked at the Twins prices, but I imagine that will be the pairing, and a lot of Twins will be the pairing with them.
Yeah,
I'm good-ish with Brian Wu, because the talent. Sometimes we talk about this all the time. Like Brian Wu's not a $7,900 pitcher, but has small slate pricing in a pretty bad ballpark against a good offense. But like, when are we going to see Brian Wu at 7,900 for the rest of the year? Not often. So I like Brian Wu at 79. I'm okay going to Tobias Myers if he's going to be able to throw 80 plus pitches. I mean, he threw 76 his last start, so I'd have no reason to think he wouldn't be able to get to 80. I love Paddock in this spot.
I was going to say,
love Paddock in this spot.
Change of tune.
Absolutely best pitcher on the slate per dollar. I'm just kidding. But he's obviously you were correct for sure when it came to like one bad start and the whole world jumped off, and it is a bet. And here's third day in a row we're talking about this, right? Bailey Ober, John, sub 7K the other day. David Festa, 8,800 for no reason ever.
They should have been flipped, probably, right? Like,
reason whatsoever. David Festa's 88. And now Chris Paddock, 7K. What is the common denominator between Paddock and Ober? They had a bad start.
yeah.
And then suddenly their price is absolutely nuked in matchups against the White Sox.
Yes.
And another guy who's just throwing too many pitches and not getting deep into games, but the strikeouts are trending up. The matchup is elite. And at least he is qualifying enough for wins. So I like Paddock, and I loved your Dollander call too, because I think that we're going to have a lot of opportunity to play Dollander away from Coors.
Away from Coors? Yeah.
Not at Coors, away from Coors. The strikeouts are going to be what they're going to be. He's going to miss a lot of bats. He throws extremely hard. But he's also has a serious home run problem. Will he have that problem against KC in a big ballpark against the worst team against right-handed pitching?
I was going to say his home run problem, though, two of them in Coors, right? And then the other one's against the Padres. So, like, Tatis doing some damage there. But the A's in Coors, Washington Coors, yeah, like you said, it could just be ballpark, maybe ballpark related with some of the home run issues.
Yeah.
That he's occurring there.
Yeah,
I would definitely throw him in this game if he was if this game plays.
I mean, there's a lot of pitchers on the slate I would use for the record, and I like Landon Roop as well. I think he's been awesome. Just I don't know if this is a spot for him, but he has been very good.
Yeah. Would you say like Myers maybe like the only one you wouldn't use?
I mentioned him. He threw almost 80 pitches in his final rehab. I might consider it.
Shane Smith?
That's probably where I draw the line. Not that he's been terrible, but I suspect we're going to have a lot of Minnesota exposure here.
I would agree with you. All right, catcher position again. We'll see who's in or out of the lineup. Again, we like a lot. We like a lot of the pitchers, so kind of difficult to figure out where we would go with catcher. But I guess whatever's there. Like if we don't play Paddock, like obviously Carrero's been really good.
Yep.
Would certainly go in that direction. We'll see.
Jeffers,
Furman or Stallings or something.
Jeffers 3 hits and some like really good expected stuff on the horizon for Ryan Jeffers. I would probably Salvi. I would play Salvi if we have a home run problem. I'd play Salvi.
Sure. First base again, 4 games, so this is going to go a little bit quicker than usual here. Wilmer Flores is actually your top price first baseman. That's the state of this slate. We like Brian Wu, but Tristan Casas is now homered in back-to-back days. $3,300 for him. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. Is it worth throwing a dart here at Casas?
We got to throw a dart somewhere at first. There's no one that you're like, yes, I must play. Who is the must play? I mean, Casas might be right up at the top of the list.
All the guys, yeah.
My assumption is we get a chalky Pasquantino again.
Yeah.
Because people see Dollander giving up all the home runs. That would be my guess. And then Casas probably checks in like second in terms of ownership. Yeah,
I would agree with you. Second base, Christian Campbell didn't play today. I imagine he'd be in the lineup. Michael Garcia was super chalky earlier, $4,600 for him. You have the Bregman second base eligibility back. But our guy Luke Keyshaw is $3,500. So, he was 30% rostered on the main slate today. I bet he is as highly rostered on the main slate on Thursday.
I'll take the over on a smaller slate. I'll take the over on a smaller slate
after another 2 stolen base game.
2 hits, 2 stolen bases, runs scored, 20 fantasy points for
Got hit by a pitch because they
hit by a pitch, and then immediately stole a base. Like it's just, I would, if you want to throw like, it's we could pay $5,300 for Luke Keyshaw, or we could pay $3,500 for Luke Keyshaw. Which one would you rather? I say that because like
Bruce Strang.
I mean, like I'm not saying Terang's bad here, but is there a big difference right now in terms of Terang's been great, and I would play Terang, but also I feel like I'm getting the same exact thing for Luke Keyshaw at $3,500
Right now, you are. Yeah, I would agree with you. Anything else?
Julian gets the lefty. He was actually really good. Multi-hits on the Tuesday slate or Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah, no, this is Wednesday. Right now, we're Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday.
Okay, we're recording Wednesday for the Thursday. Massey's been a corpse. Unfortunate because I like him. David Hamilton's in the lineup on a day game. Nothing.
Third base. You have the Bregman, Devers, Chapman top group here. This is a pretty gross position. Maybe just go Lee again, $2,900. Brooks Lee.
What is Devers doing, dude? What's going on with this guy?
I don't know.
Is he really
has his moments? Had nice stretches.
He's so good. He's too good for this.
He is. A lot of the Red Sox are having troubles. There's a couple that aren't, obviously, but the lineup hasn't been spectacular up and down this season.
Sure. Yeah. I'm not saying they have. I'm just saying like this is he is too good for this. For whatever's happening.
He won't be a 200 hitter this year, so where are we with Royce? He come back soon? Expected to begin rehab later this week.
So. Yeah, we'll see. Lefties have been the ones that lefty power has been the thing that has given Brian Wu some issues this year. 170 ISO allowed to lefties. So if you want to play Devers there.
Hey, it goes back to our Costas route, right?
And our Costas route. Yep.
Durbin could be a time for your boy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is
on a slate like this.
Oh yeah. This is your punt third baseman to get Crochet Reagans in your builds.
Yeah. Shortstop has Bobby Witt, 6K.
Yeah, I mean that's easy.
Correa's there.
I would play any of the top 3. Witt, Story, Adames righty. Story has been amazing.
Sure.
Outside the strikeouts, but who cares?
Not a lot of value here. Again, you can play Brooks Lee at 29.
Yeah, you just play Brooks Lee if you're gonna punt the position.
Correa is in the mid range, as you mentioned. So, and then your outfield selections here. Lee is your top price outfielder. He's $5,500.
Another 2 hits, and counting tonight.
Yeah. In middle of their lineup.
Lineup.
If you want to spend up, Lee and Chorio there, both Roop and Myers. Duran's been really good lately.
John, do you know if you happen to own a specific Wyatt Langford rookie card, that value just went up?
Did he homer again?
May or may not have just homered again.
He's good.
Yeah, just wanted to point it out. Sorry. Not trying to derail the show, but
yeah. Buxton was good today. Homered. Came through for you big time.
Yep. I mean, dude, he's been Buxton for how bad he was prior to the home run. He's also had a really good stretch of baseball, at least recently. Like the strikeouts are the strikeouts, but he's also running home runs and speed for Byron Buxton this year. So yeah,
I like it. Again, Yaz, Wilyer, Yelich, the kind of this whole crew here. Probably don't go Arozarena.
If you're being I'll say if you're being contrarian, you can play.
Yeah, I mean, no one's gonna go against Crochet. So,
no. And even if you wanted to just play like a one-off and hope a home run, like you play Raleigh or you play a Rosarena or Julio, right, as your one-offs.
Yeah, I agree. Benny Biceps against Paddock at 4K.
Did you see how that game ended? 2 nights ago with biceps at the dish?
No.
And I think Dwayne Kersey made like a Superman catch in the gap that by.
Oh no, that was you talking about the Buxton play.
Was the Buxton catch? The Buxton catch.
Buxton made the catch.
Yeah, Buxton. Sorry. I mean, dude.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but he's been good for what it's worth. Benintendi's been good.
Yeah.
At times, like the power has been back. I know he spent all of his time at Boston having a good time, but I'd be good with Benintendi there.
Let's see. I mean, Larnach still $3,300. Homered again tonight. Back-to-back gains at homers for him there.
Yep.
That's, I guess, dude. We called it the other day, right? They just added 40-man roster guys. Roman Anthony with a price now, just for when guys do get called up. DraftKings just has them in their system.
They could have taken it. They had to get too many
Their
complaints.
support inbox must have been blowing up when people were like, "Where's Nick Kurtz?"
blowing up. But it's been that way, right? Because was it Keyshaw the first? Keyshaw call up.
The catchers, none of the catchers when they got called up.
Yep. So they just decided enough's enough, and we're gonna get them all. Drew Waters has been pretty good for the Royals, and I believe what's the Isbell price? Because I think Isbell has also been.
Both of them had like 10+% ownership on the Wednesday slate.
Isbell has not been as good, but Waters he's 2,700. I would rather play.
Well, Waters has the speed upside.
Waters, and he's a switch hitter, so we're not gonna like lose out on a versus lefty. So
I agree. Does like Palacios lead off again, lefty versus righty?
Dude, he had like for a 20 what min salary player.
Yeah, a walk and a hit and a run scored tonight.
What? Not a bad afternoon, huh? They're not a bad evening at the salary.
All right, let's figure out what we're gonna do here.
Let's go double spend. I'm sure, or Paddock, right? That's probably
we'll go Ricochet Reagans. We'll see what we can actually build, I guess. But we're gonna do. Well, we'll have to do Larnach here.
Keyshaw, Larnach,
Durbin, Keyshaw.
Yep.
I mean, we're already at 4K. So, and if we did like Casas, shortstop, one off Bobby, I guess.
Catcher.
If we're not using Paddock, so we'll go Cuero, right?
Cuero, yep.
And then Waters, I guess, and then that'll give us a $5,900 outfielder, which is dealer's choice
player we want.
Buxton.
I mean, I would go, and then you could. I actually think that would put us, if we wanted to 5-man the
Jeffers.
Twins, you can go up to Jeffers,
4-man Jeffers, 4-man Twins rather.
Is it 4? Yeah.
Crochet, Reagans, Jeffers, Casas, Keyshaw, Durbin, Witt, Larnach, Waters, and Buxton. I like it.
I like it. Same
for fitting the double spend, dude. Like getting Bobby Witt and a twin stack, like that's
feels good.
That feels great. All right, so I'm probably gonna play this lineup if that game plays. Too bad Minnesota and Kansas City are the two rain games we're watching, but
naturally.
Hopefully they get going. We appreciate y'all tuning in. There'll be no live show today, so we'll be back with the preview show for the Friday slate, and we'll be back live at 5 on Friday as well. We appreciate you tuning in. Leave your comments in the comment section. We'll help you guys out. You want to get in that Discord, 7-day free trial going on. And you can check us out there to get you guys ready for the Thursday 4 gamer. We'll catch you later.